Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. My name again is Jeffrey Davis, and we are streaming more stories than ever before on how people are dealing with this new economy, staying at work, staying competitive, and providing value to clients. I am also chairman of the board and CEO of MAGE LLC, management consulting firm. I've been doing MAGE since 1985. We've worked with over 700 leaders of organizations trying to help them to achieve their goals in business more efficiently, and more smoothly. And, that's why I wanted to speak with Hindell Grossman this morning, owner of Grossman and Associates, a law firm here in Boston. But Hindell has decided that after all these years, she's interested in also working with professional service firms and leaders as a professional coach. So I'm welcoming her to the show this morning. Sorry about that, stumbling over English.
I am welcome. Thank you. Well, nice to see you, Jeffrey.
Hindell, in this changing times, maybe it's very apropos to be looking at helping other leaders who want to be in business. There are more companies starting up than ever before during these changing times. But I don't want to assume anything. Why now?
Well, let me say that I am still a divorce attorney, but obviously working as a divorce attorney is a contentious way to make a living. So I think one of the reasons why now is because I'm looking for something that is little more enjoyable than that. And I think I have a talent for it. I've been doing it in my own business, my own law firm for 35 years. And although I don't consider myself an extroverted person, I figured out my own comfort level. And I think I can help others find their comfort level with how to be a good networker.
So you say a networker, but you really sort of built your business all by yourself. You were the driver of the business, right?
I have owned this business for a long time, and I've grown a business, and we've maintained it and been profitable every year, and continue to bring in really, really great clients. So I have a good going concern here, and it's largely due to me. I'm the owner. I've done it all on my own. I've occasionally used outsourced people to do obviously website design and graphic design and give me some guidance, but more or less it's just me. And I call it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's really just having relationships with people and figuring out how to do it in a nice way.
Well, it's also about doing billings and negotiating with clients and collecting on clients and building staff, retaining staff. So you've done it all in a service business, soup to nuts, correct?
Right. As I say, running a small business is the same as running a big business. It's just you have fewer people to do the job. So, I'm basically the person who brings in the work. I certainly do legal work for clients in divorce matters, but we also have other attorneys in the office now who help obviously service clients. Sorry about that.
No problem. I thought it was me.
No, that was my, shoot, I had to get rid of that noise. But, yes, I take care of the billing. I take care of the client management. I work with our bookkeeper. I do work with the web designers. I do all the marketing and the networking. I take care of we had a leak in the office ceiling. So, I had to deal with the landlord and it's a maintenance staff to take care of that. So
when did this first come? Was this like an epiphany, or it just sort of grew over time? Did you read a book that sort of stimulated you to think about all of these things?
These things being how to run
working with other professionals like yourself.
No, I think people have complimented me, so I think I have a talent for it. I mean, it's worked for me. I think people have to find their own comfort level, but I think there are some tips that I could teach. Part of it is understanding people's community and their own network, so they might feel uncomfortable going outside their comfort zone. But I just suggest how to work within their comfort zone.
Right.
Everybody has their comfort zone. Not everyone's as outgoing as you are, Jeffrey, for example.
Well, I think that I take that as a compliment. I don't think I was always in business as outgoing as I am now, but also I think I had to learn through making a lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I had great mentors who sort of directed me in this direction. And did you have any mentors, with you in your career?
I wish I did. There are certainly attorneys that I've admired because of their strategy or their calmness or their perspective or their intelligence or those kinds of things. As far as marketing my law firm, though, no one particular in this industry. I mean, there are people who are fabulous networkers and marketers like you are. But, it's not that common for lawyers to know how to run businesses. Most lawyers were trained how to be good lawyers, how to think, how to negotiate, how to strategize, how to, read cases and argue in court. But, in law school, we're not taught anything about running a business or
Well,
bringing a business for that matter.
I've coached in some very large law firms, and I would agree with you. A lot of attorneys who are partners they don't know what it really means to be an equity partner. They know what it means to get an equity paycheck.
Yeah.
Not an equity partner, but you actually had to start your business, so it's different. But
Yeah.
you're also a reader, aren't you?
I love to read. I actually just finished a book at 2 a.m. So I couldn't put it down. But I've been reading a lot about emotional intelligence lately too. It's a concept that I really I think I respect it, but I understand it. I believe in it. I'd like to understand it more, but I think it's an important thing to understand and focus on, because like I know a 25-year-old who has incredible emotional intelligence for her age, and I know 50-year-old people who don't seem to really get who they are or how to treat people or how to interact. And I'm not talking about people who might have autism or on the spectrum. I'm talking about adults who are successful, who don't, at least appear to me, to have any kind of handicap. Possible they do, I suppose, but
Well,
they just don't.
In terms of divorce, sometimes it's the biggest trauma a person can have in a life other than death. But I know I've had illnesses in my life, and it wasn't as traumatic as going through a divorce, and it can be an extended period where you're out of control. So I would think that that's also a good area for learning how to deal with people emotionally in terms of setting goals and how to get to goals.
Yeah, I guess when I was talking about emotional intelligence, I was also thinking a lot about some clients and maybe some opposing, parties, that is, in a divorce, the other spouse, who's the opposing party, and just thinking about they're kind of clueless in interaction or understanding the other side or understanding even themselves. So I think that's an important thing to think about, particularly in teaching networking or understanding networking and marketing.
Great. Everybody, we've been speaking with Hindell Grossman, owner of Grossman and Associates, the law firm, but also executive leadership coach for professional service firms and leaders of professional service firms. Hindell, I know we're going to be talking to you a lot over the next year about coaching and different experiences and ways that you've been helping people. If someone was looking to find you, how would they do that?
Well, of course, I have a website, which is grossmanltd.com, and I'd love it if your listeners would listen to our podcast, because there are 41 of them posted. I post on the 15th of every month, content having to do with divorces and, good information, educational information. And we're in Newton. The main office is in Newton, so we can find us by looking on the web. We have good presence on social media, on LinkedIn. And of course, my name is unusual, so if you just put Hindell in, you're likely to find me. Hindell.
I never thought your name was unusual because I've known you for so many years, but it's true. You're the only Hindell I know.
I'm the only. There's one other Hindell in the world that I know of, and we grew up in the same town, which is how my parents heard the name.
Well, knowing you, if your name was Susan, I would say you're the only Susan I know, because you're unique to you, which is special.
Thank you, Jeff.
I remind everybody, this is Radio Entrepreneurs. We're going to be speaking to Hindell a lot this year about leadership coaching, female leadership coaching, and we will be right back with more stories on Radio Entrepreneurs.